Hey everyone, and welcome to Talk 40. Yes, 40. Can you believe it? But here we are, and I know it's still a very difficult time. In fact, in many ways, it's even more difficult because so many of us now it's almost like we've lost any ability to cope with this situation. It is difficult, but we know, as we talked about last week, a light at the end of the tunnel. So this week, we're going to talk about boosting your own self-esteem. If you feel good about yourself, if you have a high self-esteem, you are much more likely to make the right decisions about food, about exercise and healthy living. So the first thing you can do is take a closer look. And for most of us, that's the one thing we really don't want to do. We've been swathing ourselves in these lovely, generous clothes. I'm sitting here in a hoodie. I know, not the most flattering, but it's a good colour. I've just come back from a walk, just in case you're wondering, hence the windswept look. So have a good look in the mirror and say to yourself, I like my eyes. I've got good cheekbones. I really have quite nice hair. Whatever it is, what we normally do is look at a photograph as a good example. So that's almost like looking in the mirror. The first thing you do when you pick up a photograph is what? Oh, I knew I looked awful in that dress. Oh, will you look at the way my hair looks? Oh, that's dreadful. Whatever made me think that makeup suited me? Nobody else looks at us that way. So look in the mirror as soon as you get a chance, and I want you to list the things that you think are good about you. And then stop being so shallow. If somebody judged you just on looks alone, you'd be appalled. You'd think it was dreadful. And you wouldn't judge anybody else just on looks, the old never judge a book by its cover. So don't judge yourself by just how you look. We can all be very negative about ourselves. You need to give yourself encouragement. Look at the good things about you. Think about what you're good at. Are you wonderful at certain things? It could be that you're very clever, that you're well read, that you're very musical, that you're good with people. We have all sorts of talents. Admire those too. Pamper yourself. When was the last time that you ran a bath, put candles, and had a really lovely, relaxing time? Or maybe just sat and read a good book? We're very good at looking after other people, but try and look after yourself a bit. Buy yourself perhaps a new lipstick or a new scarf, or again, as I said, just some candles or some lovely things to put in a bath, or even if it's just a candle to put in the room that you sit at night, just have candlelight and sit and listen to your favourite music and enjoy every second of it. Take good care of your health. Now, we've talked about this last week. It really is important that we're looking after ourselves, that we're eating well and that we're exercising, because that will keep our immune system up and that will help to protect us from all sorts of things, not just COVID. Flatter yourself. Wear things that make you look good. Have we not all then fallen into the trap of wearing big baggy jumpers, nice elasticated waist trousers? Many people just live in their pajamas all day. And I'm not saying you can't do that occasionally, but when did you last put your makeup on? For the guys, maybe you don't wear makeup, but when was the last time you actually looked at yourself in the mirror and thought, oh, I do need a shave after all? When was the last time that you wore any jewellery? When did you put on that really lovely blouse that you bought last year? A nice pair of trousers or a dress? Anything like that. Take pride in your appearance again and really make yourself look good, particularly if you're going out. Even if it's only to the bins, look nice. Flatter yourself. Show your love with food. Now, it's said that people show their love by cooking for others. And many meals that we do, as we know, for our family are really a sign of that. We just want to show them how much we love them. So therefore, I want to do this to please you. So maybe try some new recipes for you. Are you sticking to the same old ones that we've had for years and we just reel them out day after day, week after week? Try not to. Look at something new. Maybe get yourself a couple of magazines or something, or go online. Lots of really good recipes online, and many of them very simple, but a change really will help. Protect yourself from injury. Now, this might seem an odd one to say. You're thinking, well, how am I going to injure myself? Just think if you were going to go out walking in the hills. You'd have all the right gear, you'd have your walking boots, you'd have your waterproofs, you'd have maybe your walking sticks, and off you'd go, but you'd have everything that you needed. So why is it when we do exercise, and a lot of people have admitted this to me, they've now gone to the point where they can't be bothered putting their trainers on anymore, so they're exercising barefoot or in slippers. They don't roll back the rug or take that out the way. There's a danger, you might slip on it. Have you got a dog that runs in and out and loves it when you're doing your exercises? Again, you could trip over, or a young child. So make sure that where you're exercising is safe and that you're dressed appropriately, particularly with your footwear. Go easy on yourselves. It is very easy for us all to be very, very critical if we fall off the wagon. We will all give in to temptation now and again, where you have a craving for a bar of chocolate or a gin and tonic or a couple of glasses of wine, whatever. It's not the end of the world. Don't give yourself a hard time. It is not the end of healthy living either. You haven't ruined everything. One day, you've done it. Did you enjoy it? Probably. Okay, but that's done. Let's now get on with the healthy living that we're going to go for in the future. Be your own biggest supporter. Now, we're all on Facebook or other social media, or we read magazines, or you hear things on TV or whatever, or you're reading books. Pick up things that really motivate you, something that really makes you think, yes, I could do that. So look for the positive things that are all around us. Write them down if it helps you. Many people find it great to keep a journal and write these positive thoughts. Many of us possess books that are actually just all about positive thoughts and quotes. There's no harm in reading them now and again, and even if only one of them that you think, I haven't thought like that for a while. My son actually made a comment today. I was out walking with him and my grandson, and he said to me about this homeschooling, which everybody is moaning about. Oh, it's awful, and the volume of work's this, and oh, it's dreadful. And his attitude was, well, actually, it's going to prepare a lot of young children for working on their own, which will be brilliant for university. Many university students find that the biggest shock. They're spoon-fed throughout all their education. They get to university, nobody's telling them what to do or how to do it. They have to go and look for it themselves. They have to motivate themselves. So look for the positives where you can. And the last one, celebrate your accomplishments, whatever they are. I know I mentioned this in our first talk of the new year, which was celebrate what you've achieved. And we've all achieved a great deal. If it's regarding weight loss and you've only lost half a pound, well, you've lost half a pound. That takes some doing. And this stage where you're actually trying to get back onto the healthy eating patterns and trying to maybe firm up a bit, improve your muscle tone, lose a little bit of weight, it's very difficult to do. And even if you've lost nothing at all in the last week, you've tried, you've taken the first steps, and believe me, those first steps will lead to results. So take care, celebrate being who you are and what you are. You are wonderful. And I shall see you all next week. Take care now. Bye.